Hello, lovely people. This is Sakino on Sunday again. For those of you who are visiting this for the first time, Sakino on Sunday is a video series that I started doing about half a year ago because I felt I wanted to share with the people that are my clients, my friends, people who are interested in whatever I do, to share my thoughts and reflections about certain themes and subjects. And usually I talk about themes that come up during the week in conversations that I might have with friends or in sessions with clients or in group sessions, and that are running in my mind and that I'm reflecting and thinking about. Sometimes I read about them or I watch something on YouTube. So these themes are themes that are having a meaning for me. Today I would like to talk about a subject that again came up in a situation with someone and it made me think about what makes it so difficult for us to change certain behavior patterns or certain thought patterns in our lives. And one of the things that makes it so difficult for us to change is what Ivan Bozomeni-Nage, a psychologist, called the invisible loyalties. And this, for me, is a very important issue. Because sometimes when we want to change something in our lives, sometimes we really might get stuck because our feelings, our emotions are just standing against our wish to change. And those invisible loyalties are related very often to where we come from, our family of origin, our culture, our religious background, which keeps us loyal or bonded to the people in our past, and especially, of course, our parents. We are brought up by our parents, obviously, most of the time, with their best intentions to give us what we need, to give us their belief systems, to give us their value systems. And as a child, as children, being dependent on our parents, we cannot even mind-wise, we cannot even decide, no, this is right for me, this is wrong for me. But there is another dimension to it, which is that we are dependent on those caregiving people, on our parents. As children, we cannot just say, oh, this doesn't suit me, I go away. Our survival depends on them. So we are attached to our parents in a survival way. We cannot live without them. And this attachment is a bond, is bonding us with them. And it also creates this invisible loyalty to whatever their values are, because they were the ones that brought us into life. So we cannot just walk away not giving a We can't do that because invisibly, on a soul existential level, we are still connected with them. So this invisible loyalty sometimes can be a big obstacle to change, especially when we change in a way that is not approved by our parents or by the society that we come from, that surrounding society that we come from. So it takes a major amount of courage to step out of that loyalty. Because on that very deep unconscious level, we feel we are betraying them, we are abandoning them. And that does not feel good on that very archaic level. So in my teaching, in my groups, in my family constellation groups mainly, since I have been doing that work, I really have understood that this is an issue that's so deep and so existential, and many people cannot do that. They cannot step out of that realm of loyalty to their parents. And I respect that. And then sometimes, or not very rarely, but sometimes, more or less often, it happens that someone recognizes that it's possible to step out of that loyalty and still feel integer with oneself, and also feeling still the basic connection to the parents. And I have found out that, especially in my work, but also in my personal life, that the way that works for me is, if we can, saying thank you for giving me life and everything else that you gave me. That was more than enough for me. And now I am choosing to live my own life. And I honor and respect your way. I just find out it's not mine. And if we can do that full-heartedly, my experience is that then we can choose our own way without betraying that invisible loyalty. And as I said, this is not an easy way. It really demands a lot of courage and understanding ourselves and human psychology. So this invisible loyalty to our ancestors is extremely strong. And we have to respect it. We cannot just say, oh, I leave it behind, doesn't have anything to do with me. It doesn't work, because on an unconscious level, it still will rule us. So I wish you a great Sunday. I'm looking forward to seeing you again next Sunday. And have a beautiful week.